Hey, it's Adrian. Today I'm taking a look at this Unravel fast wireless charger, and you can see that if you have a bunch of wireless devices, this lets you charge up to 3 different devices and in a bunch of different orientations as well. So I'm going to be taking a look at this. I'll let you know my thoughts on it, how well it does in terms of charging, the build quality, and all that other good stuff. Ampere did send this out to me for review along with a couple of other products, but as usual, you're going to get my uninfluenced thoughts. So let's get started. In the box, we have the Unravel wireless charging unit, a Type-C to Type-C cable, quick start guide, and a power brick. And a quick note about this power brick. So this is a 30 watt power brick, and the instructions do mention that the 30 watt is good for charging up to 2 devices wirelessly at max output, which is 10 watts per charging pad. If you want to charge 3 devices at 10 watts each, you need to have at least a 60 watt power brick. And thankfully, Ampere has sent a 65 watt adapter, so I am going to be using that in the review. All right, taking a look at the design of the Unravel wireless charger. So you can see right now it's stacked flat, so that makes it pretty easy to carry around, and you can just unfold it or unravel it and have it sit flat. Now you do have these silicone rings here, so if you put a device, I guess even if this is at a bit of an angle or whatever, it's not going to just slide right over. And you also have these kind of like rubber type grip or silicone grips to prevent this from sliding around too much. Now, one thing I did notice is that you have a couple of different orientations. So obviously you can have it flat like this. And I think, yep. So that's magnetic up here. That just snapped into place really nicely. And there's also this part here, which I believe pulls down like that, so that you can have your phone positioned on here. And that acts as a holder, so you can see I can have it either vertical or horizontal. If you need to save desk space and you don't always need to charge 3 things at once, you can just have it completely folded like that and then just pop your phone or device on top. Looking at a side view of the Unravel wireless charger, so you can see there's an arrow here and that shows that it's going in. Let me get that in focus. And that's where you're going to plug in the Type-C cable with the power brick attached to the wall. And you can see there's an arrow on this side going out, and that's so that you could plug in any type of Type-C to Type-C cable or Type-C to USB-A cable so that you could charge something else. So you can actually have 4 things charging at once. All right, let's take a look at the 65 watt power delivery adapter. So you definitely don't need this. You can use the 30 that comes with this, like I said, but if you want to charge 3 devices at the max output of 10 watts, then you do need to have a 60 watt. You may have one of those lying around. If not, you can grab this one. In the power brick box, so we have the power brick here. There is no Type-C charging cable, but that did come with this. Now you can see you also have these retractable prongs here. And looking at the front side, so we have quick charge 3.0 and power delivery 65 watts. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is that you can see that this does come with different type of prongs for wherever you are in the world. Ampere also sent over this hard shell travel case, so you can see there's an extra pocket at the back here that you could stuff some stuff in. But let me go ahead and open that up. And you can see that there's room in here for the Unravel charger once you have it folded up. So I'll just slide that in. You can put in the Type-C charging cable and the power brick here. You can probably fit in something else there. Let's go ahead and zip that up. And you can see you have, one really handy unit. Everything is in there and you're good to go on a trip, vacation, or what have you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and power everything up and then test out the charging. But I wanted to mention that I pulled this cable out and it's about 6 feet long, so it's not a short cable, which I'm really happy. Some of these other systems, you get a really short cable, you have to be right up against a wall or you can't run it all the way on your desk. And this is like a heavier gauge of cable. You can see it's much thicker than this Type-C charging cable, which is much thinner. So pretty premium experience so far. There we go. First phone, second phone, third phone, and this phone has not been powered on forever. This is like a Windows phone and it's a Nokia phone, so that's a bit of history. But let me go ahead and angle this so that we can read it without the glare. So you can see right now the fold is showing 1 hour and 43 minutes until it charges fully, and that's starting at 41%. The S22 Ultra 1 hour and 24 minutes, and it's starting at a higher percentage, 52, and then the Nokia is just booting up for the first time in like forever. Why I started these phones kind of like midways, because on some phones, when it's getting to the end of the battery, or sorry, the upper limit of the battery charge, it will automatically slow the phone charging down. It'll start trickle charging. So I made sure that I, drain these about halfway, and I can see that I'm getting, the full 10 watts based on, my previous experience with other wireless chargers. So this one is powered on, and you can see at the top there that it's charging. So I'm able to charge 3 devices at one time wirelessly, no problem at all. All right, so I still have all 3 phones charging. You can see that the charging indicator is there, up there, and there as well. And I went ahead and I plugged in another device. So I just have this LED pocket light here, and I'm able to charge all 4 of these devices just on the Unravel wireless charger. So that's pretty cool. One thing to keep in mind, guys, so if you are going to be charging it and you want your phone held up vertically like this, you could see that right now it isn't charging, and that's because my wireless charging sensor is higher up. So if you have a really long phone or a really big phone like the S22 Ultra, if you put it sideways like that, then the wireless charging sensor is making contact and it is going to charge no problem. So just something to keep in mind if you have an overly large phone. One thing I forgot to mention is that this unit does have, overcharge protection and kind of like a trickle charge. So once your device hits 100%, it's going to reduce the power output so that it's not giving, full power when it's already at 100%. You can also see that with both of these phones, I do have, cases on them, but it's, no problem just popping it down and it charges without issue on both of them. All right, there you have it. So that's the Unravel wireless charger, and it does everything it says it would do. I was able to charge all 3 phones at the same time, and it also has an extra Type-C port here. So I was actually able to charge 4 devices if you think about it, 3 wireless, 1 wired, no issues at all. And this version here is kind of like for Android devices, but they do have another one where one of these panels is meant for an Apple Watch. So if you have an Apple Watch, you can check that one out. Now, if you're interested in picking this up or any of their other accessories, I'm going to leave some links in the description down below, and you can use my code Crumblies20 to get 20% off their official store. All right, so let me know what you guys think of the Unravel wireless charger. I think it's pretty cool. Now, I have seen some wireless chargers where they do like up to 15 watts output. This is 10 watts per square or per tile. And while it's not the highest at 10, I'll easily take that trade-off because the ability to charge 3 things at once, actually 4 things at once, is way more useful to me than being able to charge, 1 thing at 15 watts. And as always, if you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye.